Welcome to the Movie Babies. I'm Devin.
I'm Sean.
And this is the Trailer Review Podcast.
We got a special guest in the house. We don't always put our guests in the intros, but when we do, it goes a little something like this. Hey, Paul, what's up?
Hi, guys.
Thanks for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me. I actually asked you guys if I could be on the show, but thanks for consenting.
Hey, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to read our minds to figure out how to get on this show.
Right.
All you gotta do is
Nor do I
ask.
really want to.
Nor do you have to, do some type of absurd revenge plot. This is called foreshadowing, folks, because you don't get what we're doing right now, because we just talked about all this shit that we're referencing.
But they can read the titles, and when you read the title of this episode, you're gonna know that it's a themed episode.
Oh my
we got
God.
a Valentine's Day episode.
Well, we do?
Yeah, that's why our opening was so wholesome.
Oh, okay.
Because we got
I didn't realize that.
What Men Want, the romantic comedy with a twist.
Yeah.
And we have the very heart-filled Cold Pursuit, where it's about Liam Neeson finding his love and not giving up. And he's just going across the ends of the earth to get to her.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which one would you rather see for Valentine's Day, with a significant other?
That's a tough one,
Yeah.
because as you will soon find out,
Yeah.
these trailers are rough.
Yeah.
You want to stick around to find out.
So yeah, it's
Just how rough.
date night, right? And you guys are figuring out what you want to do, and those are your only two options.
I'll say this, I once saw one of the newest diehards
I did too.
on a Valentine
I did too.
release.
Yeah, I did too.
It was like the worst Valentine's of my life.
It was Die Hard 5.
Very bad
'Cause Die Hard
Valentine's.
4 was pretty fun, and the Die Hard
Yeah.
5 really was not.
He's a psycho. He needs to die hard.
It
in
was.
that one.
That was a weird. Yeah, I did see that on Valentine's Day. I'm glad we both shared that
Well, Paul,
separately. Yes.
let's
Yes,
start
sir.
over.
Okay.
No. That's the name of your podcast.
What? I have
Wow.
a podcast. Oh my god.
This
Wow.
opening's great.
Yeah.
So good at this. Yeah. Is this where you ask me like, oh, do you have anything you want to plug? And I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
we don't
actually.
we don't like to use that word though, the
Yeah.
P word.
Oh.
We
really?
like to mask it.
Yeah. I just broke
It's
it.
just like because
Just really.
organically comes up maybe.
So should I just
Like
leave
these
now?
Casper mattresses that I've been sleeping on lately. They're very organic.
Organic latex. Yes, Devin. Sorry, what did you were saying something and then
Play your shit, Paul.
God damn it. Hey, everyone. If you like this show, maybe you'll like this show that's probably not as good. We're 9 episodes in, me and my boon companion, Christopher Patton, in a show called Let's Start Over, and we couldn't decide on what we wanted to do, so we decided to do a little bit of everything. We have rotating themes that we pitch to each other. Up right now is called Synamorous, where we watch movies, talk about them, we pitch dates to each other based on those movies, then we pitch sex moves based on those movies.
It's a Valentine's episode.
Yeah, totally. And then we field some dating advice from our hungry listeners.
And then after you finish a collection of episodes,
Yeah.
you scrap it.
Yeah.
You start over.
And
And you make a brand new podcast based off a new topic.
that's right. And we just pitch each other. We switch off pitching ideas for what the next theme will be.
Exciting.
So stay
And-
tuned for that.
I also will give you guys credit because the one thing I've held on to with Movie Babies is that, okay, maybe we're not the best, period.
Don't sell
But-
yourself short, guys.
But I will say our theme song is fantastic.
Yeah.
Come
Like,
at
when
us with a theme song.
When I hear the Movie Baby
That's
theme
game.
song, I'm like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm always disappointed afterwards, but when I'm hearing that theme song, I'm really pumped up.
Yeah.
We'll say
And
this.
then Let's Start Over came out.
And then Let's Start Over came
The
out.
crown
and they've-
had to be solemnly pulled off of our heads and passed
Oh yeah.
back to Chris.
Well, I had nothing to do with that other than Chris texting me and be like, hey, are you cool with this? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
And actually, really, you'll probably just, I don't know, it's probably easiest just to find it on iTunes or Google Play or even Stitcher. That's probably the easiest place to find it than given a weird website name.
What is his website name? Have you seen this?
Fuck if I know.
So Chris has a website,
Yeah.
podcast hub.
Yeah.
Oh, theswinegulch.com. Yeah, it's where all his different podcasts and video works that he wants to share are kind of compiled.
Chris, a creative genius, marketing genius.
Yeah.
Not so much, because how do you spell that?
Right. That's why I don't tell people where it lives on the internet. I just tell them to look it up on iTunes.
Yeah, you might want
Google
to
Play. 'Cause
revisit a podcast called Crenny and make some heads or tails about that.
So if you can figure out how to spell
Schweingolf.
Schweingolf. But
Schweingolf.
there's no need, because either you'll have it on your app, or even if you can do like
It'll autofill.
yeah,
Okay.
because you can do like Google Play and shit on not an app, right?
Yeah, we'll link it on the episode.
iTunes?
For sure.
Oh, sweet of you guys.
But Paul,
Yeah.
you brought us 2 trailers this episode.
Let's review the fuck out of them for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What is it with all these nicknames? Speedo, Viking, Eskimo.
It's a gangster thing.
Did you have a nickname?
Wingman.
Wait a minute.
Intro battle.
Cold Pursuit. So, Paul, this is where we riff on the title in some way.
Yeah.
Parts joke heavy,
Okay.
if you will.
Sure.
Like this one, watch. Cold Pursuit, more like Old Pursuit. How old is that guy?
Don't fear the Reaper, more like don't fear the sleeper.
Oh,
The trailer's boring.
yeah. Paul, you do one.
Don't fear the creeper, because he's an old man on a revenge fetish road trip.
Revenge Fetish Road Trip is a great subgenre of action movie.
Yeah.
Hey, remember how his name's Mr. Coxman?
Oh my god. Every time this trailer pops up at Regal, Kyle and I fucking lose it. Because he's just like, it's not really necessary to throw that in. It's very funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they do it a couple times in the trailer, and every time it's like, this is some third grade humor shit. Like, I feel like they know they're doing it.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I like that he's Citizen of the Year, and they mention it twice in the trailer.
They're really hammering in the Citizen of the Year part. From my understanding, all he does is plow snow.
I mean, motherfucker can plow some snow.
Yeah.
Paul, do you want to give us kind of an overview of what you think this movie is about based on the trailer you just watched?
I would love to, Sean. I just think it's about Liam Neeson cleaning up the streets.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the last 15 movies he's made, right?
Pretty much.
I was trying to think of a non-revenge Liam Neeson movie since Love Actually, and I cannot think of one.
Well, the one that he was on the train came out last year.
That was just real life. It was just.
Was that...
There was a conspiracy against him that he was like it was like The Game, but on a train, kind of. So
Yeah.
like,
It was called The Game on the Train in Spain.
Okay, yeah, no, I guess I did not see that.
But I mean, he's still running around doing action shit. So to your point, no, it doesn't count.
Here's some trivia, though.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Hit me.
he said this is his last action film. Do we believe him?
No, we don't believe him.
Because he's coming out this summer with Men in Black International. That's an action movie.
Seems that way.
Is the twist that he is just a regular guy? I mean, he
so.
straight up says that in his award induction speech. I'm just a regular,
regular guy.
Here's my issue with this, like, ingenious idea of, like, all right, the movie is this regular guy who somehow decides he's gonna go on this tear of revenge against these gangsters.
Right.
If the joke is to play against type, don't cast the guy who's known as the revenge action hero dude. Like, get anyone else.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta get like a Steve Carell or something.
Sure. This movie with a Steve Carell
Yeah.
would be a better pitch of this concept.
He's Michael Scott from The Office. He's just doing his job, and all of a sudden, he finds himself, like all his coworkers, Jim is dead,
Yeah.
Pam is murdered,
Yeah.
and now he's,
I feel like he would team up with Dwight, though, and they would just go on, like, a fucking murder mission.
oh man, we need to fast track this to Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's a better movie. I mean, it's the same thing with, like, I don't know, The Equalizer or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I get that it's an old guy. Like, you're kind of putting this angle on it. It's like, it's an old guy, but it's like, well, he's a military trained dude. Like, he knows how to kill people. This isn't...
Yeah, but we know how he knows in the trailer. He read it in a crime novel. And they say that twice, which I also think is interesting.
We see him, he's like a master at snipery. He has like multiple guns he's shooting.
Yeah.
He's jumping, he's diving, he's jiving.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we're to believe this all came from him reading some sort of novel about crime.
I just want to...
Yeah.
The guy goes, so you think you can just kill a guy? What makes you think you can just kill a guy? I read it in a crime novel is not the answer to that question, like syntactically, like, you read that you're killing people in a crime novel? Like,
Right.
what crime novel are you reading?
Now we're talking.
Like-
This is very meta movie.
Yeah.
He read the script to Cold Pursuit.
He's like, well, that's how I know.
That's
I
how
saw
I know.
all 3 Taken movies, and I really felt compelled. So it looks like a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Yet I would still totally watch it.
Okay, yeah, Paul, we gotta drop some. I'm gonna out you here for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
When I asked you what kind of trailers you want to watch,
Yeah.
you gave me kind of 2 specifics. One was romantic comedies,
Yeah.
which we will get to.
Yeah, sure.
And 2
Good
is
palate cleanser to the Cold Pursuit.
yes, and the second one was Liam Neeson
Yeah, there you go.
movies.
Yeah.
So you're kind of digging what this guy's serving.
Like a Waffle House. It's not good, and you don't expect it to be good, but you expect it to be what you want, and it is.
Yeah.
It's junk food.
It's junk food. And I was trying to think if Taken was maybe the first movie of Liam Neeson's career relaunch that I remember watching, and I feel like maybe it is. It's funny because I feel like he's much better of an actor than any of these movies offer him.
That's what's weird about him is he's a huge star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he makes what look to be direct-to-DVD movies.
I feel like it was like one of those, like, I want to play Bond, and his agent's like, sorry, dude, we can't get you Bond. He's like, well, fuck it, I'll make my own Western Family Bond movies. It'll cost a fraction of it.
Yeah.
I'm old as fuck. It doesn't
Right.
matter.
Tom Cruise is doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Cock. Mr. Cock.
Cock's man. I'm a man's
And
cock.
drive the cock.
I'm the man of the
plow.
cocks.
I'd like to offer this movie baby solution to this idea that, much like a James Bond franchise around himself, that he is playing the same character in all of these revenge movies.
Absolutely.
Just maybe just witness protection, kind of changing his name from life to life.
Here's my issue with this, Sean. It's a hard pill to swallow that he's getting his daughter taken 3 times.
Well, he's got her taken 3 times. He's like, okay, I'm obviously a bad father. I need to go plow snow in Siberia or whatever.
Yeah, get my mind straight.
Yeah,
Which
let me
would
try
make
this other.
sense because he was living in the Great White North of Alaska shooting wolves to protect
Okay, now we got it.
oil pipeline people. So now he's like
Yeah.
going back. It's basically like, I think it's very much that same character.
Yeah, it's just the gray 2.
Yeah, and then
And he saw a lot of shit. I think he was probably a little traumatized. Obviously, he won that last wolf fight with the cocktail bottles taped to his fists.
I did not see this movie. So is he not
He
the
like
werewolf?
Wolverines out.
Maybe he just becomes part of the wolf pack. Maybe maybe the second one we just see him like as like the leader.
I'd like to suggest that he's like probably like all of our fathers, like living multiple lives, like siring many families, having to
Sure.
protect
Yes.
them all.
Yeah.
And this is just like the portrayal of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Well, he needs to populate because all of his children get taken or die from murder.
Right. From murder.
Well, I'm going to drop some trivia for you.
Please do.
This is a remake film
What?
of a
way.
2014 Norwegian black comedy action film directed by the same director.
Okay.
Really?
So this director's back, and he's like, I'm going to Americanize it. Get some,
So it's like a Norwegian director, but he's making an American version?
that's right. Of his
That's-
own movie.
Quite interesting.
It's happened before.
Now I want to watch the trailer for the original.
In Order of Disappearance,
That's what the original's called?
a.k.a. Taken.
Yeah. I wonder if they cast it with a less likely lead and it plays better because it's like more of a hapless dude who's on a killing
It's
rampage.
probably better. I mean,
Yeah.
even as much as I like me some Neeson, I'm sure it's a better film. I have a question for you. Oh, sorry. Do you have more trivia, Devin?
End of trivia.
One piece of trivia per trailer.
Is this a movie either of you will see?
That's a no from me,
Okay.
Paul.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, okay. Is that too?
We
Sorry.
gotta reserve our final judgments.
Oh, okay. Shit. I really.
That's
fucked it
okay.
up.
So
Yeah.
what is it that you like about this man and the films he makes?
Liam Neeson?
Because is it kind of like I guess we touched on it. It's the junk food aspect. Like, I know this is going to hurt in the morning, but I got to fill my mouth with ding-dongs.
What?
Can you say that on there? If you just place yourself in a time that's 1999,
Oh, yeah.
right? And you're a 9-year-old Paul Thelen, all right?
And you're freaked out about Y2K.
And you're freaked out. You're a little rattled by Y2K, but man, you are fucking pumped about some Star Wars, all right? You don't know what's coming yet, right? This was what a wonderful time that was,
This
right?
is Phantom Menace era?
Phantom Menace,
Okay.
right? Right, 99, 2000, something like that?
Yeah.
So, boom, you get fucking Liam Neeson, lightsabers, the best, right?
He's Yoda.
He's Yoda. He played 2 characters. Then you fast forward to 2003, okay? You're a 13-year-old Paul Thelen, right? Just budding, right?
Jacking off all the time.
All the time.
Under his desk at school.
And you see him in Love Actually.
Yeah.
And what a delight that was, right? And you
Yeah.
see this delightful juxtaposition between this Jedi Master
Because before that,
and a widowed architect.
yeah, Paul, 9-year-old Paul, he had his Jedi stick out and he was slashing and smashing. And then
Yeah.
Love Actually came out and you're like, oh, you know what?
And I was doing something different with my Jedi.
Yeah, there's a sensitivity inside of me
Yeah.
that I didn't realize.
So Liam Neeson has kind of been your avatar for manhood.
I adored him, and then when Taken came out, when I was in high school, I was like really big I got like crazy into like all Stallone films, and then so like just speaking of like aging action stars, right? But obviously like Stallone like started as like an action star,
I think he started as a porn star.
Party at Kitty and Studs, classic. So that was when like the new Rocky came out, and then like the new Rambo, which was like 2008. Then like Taken came out, and so it was just like pumped about old action stars.
Okay.
So I think it was
So
just
Expendables was like your wet dream come true.
yeah. For some reason, I was less excited about Expendables than Rambo 4, but I was still into it. Anyway, I don't think I answered your question at all. But
No, I mean, we went through the history of Paul here. Where are we now then? 'Cause
With
now
Liam Neeson?
Paul. No, with Paul.
With Paul?
Let's pause here for a second.
Yeah.
Let's get the batteries sorted.
God damn
And then
it.
we'll pick it up from there.
Paul, you gotta quit kicking this
Oh,
table.
do I keep kicking the table? God damn it.
It's a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
and then we'll come back from commercial,
Great.
and we'll get the conclusion of your life.
Shocking reveal.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
From Kenner's Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection, Millennium Falcon that you put together, batteries not included.
Nice landing, Han Solo. Uh-oh, come on, Chewbacca. Stormtroopers are coming.
Action figures each sold separately.
Got him on radar. I'll fire the laser cannon.
There's even a hidden storage hatch.
Raise for takeoff. Jump to light speed. We're gone. On to the Death Star.
Millennium Falcon from Kenner's Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately.
New from the MuBaes collection.
Oh man, no one can see our lemonade stand with all these statues saturating the market.
Fear not. What's that falling to the earth at the speed of light? It's Intellitonic. Digital marketing to help your business disintegrate the competition. With flashing lights and sound.
You're too late, Intellitonic. You give them any relevant web traffic.
But what is this? Intellitonic blazes onto the scene with its SEO Cruiser 2000 with its souped-up V6 search engine. Batteries not included.
Let's see you make lemonade out of this.
Oh no, the statues are using their invisibility nunchucks. Our lemonade stand is invisible!
Who's that blasting through the firewall? It's the featured Client All-Star Squad. A community food co-op just released a new press release.
Your ass is grass statues.
Blocking mountain schools, dual action blog post bowler launcher blasts the Satchies to extinction.
Wow! Look at our keyword rank! A new high score!
Intellitonic wins the internet, keeping your local nonprofit business safe.
Cool! Our new platform looks so professional. And it's easy to use.
I etched out new page titles and added meta description, resulting in 32% increase in organic traffic.
Yay! Thanks, Intellatonic.
Intellatonic is located at 103 East Hollis Street, Suite 214, Bellingham, Washington. Intellatonic.com. Featured client all-star squad, sold separately. From Movie Babies.
And now back to the
Movie.
babies.
And we're back. And Paul, the listeners have been on edge.
Yeah.
Who do you give the rose to, Sean or Devin?
Are you wondering, like, what do I want out of Liam Neeson at this point? Or just my general feelings about him?
Yes, all of it. Give it to me.
I think I would like to see him in a non-action role. And I'm sure there are... I guess I saw him in the little vignette in Ballad of Buster Scruggs. And he made stew and slept with a prostitute. So he was pretty busy.
That's a different kind of action.
Yeah, he was pretty busy.
I wonder if Liam Neeson and Bruce Willis are friends in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. They hang out all the time.
You think? Or it's just like a massive, like, dick measuring competition?
Well, I think there's some of that, but I think it's probably exhibited through, like, other activities. Like, I bet that they probably invite each other over for breakfast, but each one tries to, like, out-dick the other one.
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
Wait,
like,
are you saying, like, come over and we'll have, like, deviled eggs for breakfast and, like, I might accidentally leave my bathrobe open?
No,
Or, like...
Sean. I mean, like a constant, like, literal, like, one-upman shit.
Oh, okay.
You know, of like, oh, really? You fucking made blintzes? Like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, top that. See you next Sunday, you know?
Let me just move
like,
my Emmy Awards out of the way here and make a little space for you at the breakfast nook.
Yeah, at the omelet table.
It's funny you mentioned Bruce Willis, because right away, this trailer reminds me of worst trailer of the year, Death Wish.
Yep.
What was that?
So that was Bruce Willis's film where he just kills a bunch of minorities. And that's the movie. But
That's the movie.
this trailer reminded me of it because it's ultra violent, but has like a weird sense of humor to it.
Right. It's funny that we're murdering these people because, I don't know.
There's just like an all-American hero, like
Yeah.
taking it into his own hands.
There's like a scene where he's like punching a dude, and then it like does like a weird cut. And the guy like coughs, and he like goes back to like choking him, and is that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, because there's like all the action stuff is kind of riddled with this like, whoa, just a normal snowplow, man. Like going about my ways. I guess I'll use my snowplow as a tank. Like
Yeah, but Death Wish was the same way, where Bruce Willis is like, I'm just a normal guy, but I will go beyond what is called for to like get my revenge and like take it 10 steps
To like a sadistic level.
right.
Yeah, this trope, let's maybe go macro with this, if you'll indulge. This trope of like feeding to the male ego, like the old white men who are coming to these movies opening night being like, wish I could fucking murder my ex-wife. I snowplow her, like that kind of, like the rage that it kind of pats on the head that these movies do. The movie that needs to come out that Liam Neeson needs to star in is the movie where a white man sees a crime and instead of taking the law into his own hands, the whole movie is him trying to psych himself up just to call the police and report it. He's got to just like be a normal person and be like, that's okay.
Someone needs to know about this.
Yeah. Well, and then the conflict's like, oh no, my battery's dying. I gotta find a charger.
Maybe I should just kill this guy myself. No. I have to. I must.
I can go to the Apple store. I can get a charger. No, they're closed on Sunday.
Are you both familiar with the 80s classic Cobra starring Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
I made Chris watch that.
He was horrified by the movie.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like I loved that movie like as like a teenager, and then I didn't really think about like all the other things that bothered him about it, like that same kind of like America white male
Police brutality,
like pro gun, taking matters in your own, like that kind of thing that like I didn't really like think about as a teenager, and then like once he said all those things, like, I couldn't not see those.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Cobra's just a fucking dick. I'm like, yeah, I guess he kind of is.
It's hard to go back to, like, movies in the 80s.
Yeah.
Where it is like, oh, they're sexist. They're super violent. They're
really
super
homophobic.
Yeah.
Pretty racist.
And it's like, ooh, all my favorites.
All my favorite things, racism and sexism and violence.
Yeah.
Where am I going to get that now besides my everyday life?
Yeah.
Guys, I have a kind of a final question if you're ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Do you think his character, Mr. Coxman, will he get Citizen of the Year the following year?
Oh, man.
I mean, granted, the first one was just for some road maintenance. The second was for the mass killing of a drug gang.
Wow. Yeah. I feel that would be a nice little ending where it's him getting his award taken away. And, like, the statue and the plaque have to get, like, erased. Like, well, we kind of blew it with this guy.
He's like, your son actually was a druggie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You fucking died of heroin. Will you get over this, please?
And he learned it from you, Dad.
There's a scene where he complains that all the gangsters have nicknames.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta talk about that.
One of them
When
is
his
called
name is
Speedo. One of them is called the Wingman.
Viking.
Yeah.
Eskimo.
A very bizarre attempt at a joke, which made me think, like, are they trying to kind of Tarantino? And then there's, like, another shot where, like, all the bad guys walk into the room and they kind of, like, jump in front of the lens to, like, shoot, like, a hotel room or something like that. And they jump in front of the lens to, like, shoot, and it's, like, this kind of, like, posse shot. It's, like, that's kind of very Tarantino. I was wondering if, like, they're trying to kind of, that's the humor is, like, a Reservoir Dogs kind of.
Well, the original director, the film said it was a black comedy.
Uh-huh.
But I'm feeling some lost in translation happening here because...
There's no black people in it.
Well, they're probably the
Where
druggies.
is Kevin Hart in any of this?
They're probably going to be
not in this?
the drug gang that gets, like, brutally murdered, so don't worry about that. But the humor does not connect, because, for example, the joke of, oh, why does all the gangsters have funny names like Eskimo Pie and Viking Man? The button joke for that is, well, what's your nickname? He's like, my nickname's Wingman. And that's the joke.
Because he ate the most wings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I hope so.
That would be an improvement to the joke, because it would at least be an attempt.
Yeah.
But he just says, my name is Wingman, as if that is some sort of
Do you think?
humor.
Do you think Liam Neeson's name is going to be Snowplow Man?
That would have been another opportunity for a joke. It's like, okay, now Liam Neeson is going to give himself a funny, like, gangster
This
name.
is what I want, like, Liam Neeson's, like, gun to, like, fucking drug dealer's head.
Yeah.
And, like, right before he shoots him, he's just like, who the fuck are you? He's like, Coxman. Boom!
Yeah, I guess he already has a stupid nickname. I was thinking, like, are they doing this "Don't Fear the Reaper" song
Yeah, that was
needle
rough.
drop because he's gonna be the Reaper or whatever?
Yes.
But no, it didn't.
He's Death Wish. Oh, it all ties in.
Do you remember in the Hurricane Heist trailer when they threw in the "Rock You Like a Hurricane"
Oh, God,
like
yeah.
remix thing where it's here I am, here, like when they did this with the fucking "Don't Fear the Reaper" song, it's like right out of the Hurricane Heist playbook.
I can't.
What was Hurricane Heist?
Exactly what it sounds
We're
like.
explaining it to you when you're older. Okay. I can't stress enough how bad.
Is it a heist movie during a hurricane?
Yep.
You guessed it.
Yeah.
You're all grown up,
Yeah.
Paul. Today you've become a Coxman. But
Citizen of the Year.
I can't stress enough how poorly edited and put together this trailer is.
Yeah.
The music starts with the more cowbells.
Yeah.
Now, like, what are we doing here? Then they're counting. The characters are counting from, like, different scenes. And it's like, why are you making the characters count? This isn't Sesame Street. Then we get to the music, and it has the weirdest pauses.
Mm-hmm.
It will just pause the song and, like, go to a scene.
That is when the trailer gets real bad. I mean, because at first, like, it's not. I feel like it's of what I would expect for an action movie that type, and then that song and all the montage shit comes in, and that's when it's like, all right, this is.
I'm convinced, to follow up on this Lost in Translation theme, I'm convinced, like, some foreigners watched this, like, watched a bunch of American trailers. It was like, okay, we can do that. And, like, didn't
is this
get
what you guys want?
Didn't get how
we
that
can make
works.
shitty things too.
Some foreigners, you say.
Well, yeah, now I really want to watch the trailer that this movie is remade of and see what that's like.
Paul, Sean, it's that time of year
Yeah.
to rate the trailer.
So the stupid system that basically should just be, are you going to go see this movie or not, like you were trying to get us to say, has been subverted by this concept of rating it in a 3-tiered system.
Great.
If you don't want to see this movie at all, you're going to say, I love robots.
I love robots.
If you are kind of in the middle of the road, not sure, you're going to say In Space with Zombies.
In space with zombies.
And if this trailer sold you a ticket to the movie just on watching it, you're going to say, like a lot.
So you cool if I scream, like a lot.
I know it doesn't make any sense, but there was a Regal ad that Coca-Cola bankrolled that had these phrases.
Basically, we're sellouts,
Yeah.
but we made the mistake of not getting paid first.
I would say I'm in space with zombies in the sense that I would not go see this in trailer. I would not spend $12 to see this, but I would see it at home.
You're a Netflix man.
Yeah, I think if I saw that, scrolling past my my hey, watch this on Netflix, I think I might give it a...
Hey, you enjoyed Cobra.
Yeah.
And...
You fucking misogynistic asshole, but you'd like this too.
Do you like guns? But I think just like all the stupid jokes just make it look pretty rough. So I feel like without those, maybe I'd be more into it. It was just a super dramatic, crimey Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah.
I want him as the bad guy.
Yeah.
What about that twist? He's the snowplow man because he's burying the bodies in the snow.
It's like the South Bend Slayer in Home Alone. Yeah. Oh, you just Home Aloned it. Well done.
I'm giving it, I love robots.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst trailers I have seen this year. The pacing, the execution, in terms of the actual film, I don't even know if it will live up to it's so over-the-top bad that it will be good. I feel like it's going to be a lot of forced humor that seems out of place and inappropriate.
I agree with you. I am also in I love robots territory for the exact same reasons. Technical execution, whole tone of this thing. But I think what would bump me up
More
is
cowbell.
a lot more of the cowbell.
Yeah.
If it was cast like you said, like Steve Carell or I don't know, fucking Pauly Shore. Anybody who was more against type and they are kind of well, I read in this crime novel and they're kind of bumbling through it and maybe they're still knocking off the bad guys and stuff, but in a kind of a Bill Murray
getting away with it. Barely.
Yes.
Just really rough and tumble.
Happenstance kind of favors them, but they're quite bad at it.
Or going the other way, like you were saying, embrace who Liam is at this point. Yeah, the snowplow guy, he's seen some shit. He's been from town to town. His daughter was stolen. This guy...
Doing Unforgiven kind of thing.
Yeah, this guy has a past, but now he's just trying to relax. Don't poke the bear.
Don't piss off the snowplow man.
Fucking marine specialist and then then he's just driving a snowplow and they wake up the beast.
Do you think there's a scene where he pees in the snow to write a threatening message?
I would love that if he's now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho, but in the snow and piss.
Do you think they make any snow angels?
Some decapitated ones?
Yeah.
Bloody snow angels?
Do you think he makes a snow angel with someone's body? He's just moving their limbs?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's bury this trailer in the snow.
And piss on it.
Great. Yeah.
That was Cold Pursuit.
Cool.
I'll make your partner, baby. Time to break that glass ceiling.
We all know who deserves this. Give it up for our Summit Worldwide Sports Management's newest partner. Whoa! Allie, that pass was actually to Eddie.
Oh, it's an intro battle.
What men want.
Yeah.
If you could read my mind right now, it would say, this trailer is stupid. And I fart and I have cum in my balls and I'm a man. And I think men thoughts.
Pretty close.
Gross men thoughts.
That's pretty accurate to what the actual trailer we just watched portrayed.
Don't really take this concept very far, do they?
What men want. A gender-swapped version of the 2000 What Women Want. Who was asking for this film?
Mel Gibson?
He's not in it. He was like, I'm ready for it. It's like, ooh, Mel, bad news.
So what you're saying is what men want is an anti-Semitic actor.
It's kind of a hard sequel to inherit for anybody, I suppose, given the situation and the climate.
19 years later.
So this is a sequel?
It's in the I mean, it's the flipped gender idea.
So he's reading men or women's thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah. So you are not aware that there is an original What Women Want.
No, but it feels. But now that you say that, it makes sense. I want to be careful how I say this because I don't want it to sound shitty.
I love where this is going. Hold on.
I suppose there's no way it can't now.
Everybody quiet.
It's just, I feel like this thing where it's like we're taking a movie that wasn't that good to begin with. And
Wait, What Women Want? You haven't seen it, Paul. Paul, I love where this is going. Please continue. This is usually...
Look, we all know What Women Want was the sleeper hit of 2001.
Yeah, they wanted that. No, just like the taking of like a movie that wasn't that good to begin with, and then like flipping the gender roles. And I don't totally understand why. Like, rather than just making a movie, it just has like some strong female characters, rather than I don't know, like turning like the Ocean's franchise into like, well, now it's all women, which is like fine, but maybe make that movie.
So you're really digging into it, Paul, and by that I mean digging your grave, huh?
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna get hate mail. No, I'm just saying that like I feel like that is happening a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you got your Ghostbusters.
You got your Ghostbusters. You have...
Yeah. Like, remember that Sausage Fest? Not anymore. Like, how about this sequel? I don't know.
We're in an era now where Hollywood's trying to catch up from being naughty men for forever. And it's like, we love women. Hey, look, we love black people. We love minorities. Look at Black Panther. Look at this movie.
Look at the Meg.
And the problem is it comes off pretty pandering.
Yeah.
And they really...
Like, not very genuine.
You have the characters constantly being like, because of the political climate, or because of...
You're constantly being reminded of, like, what it is supposed to be.
Versus if they just presented the film with a strong female character, or with... lots of minorities in the lead.
Wrote it from the ground up to be,
And then we get the problem of just romantic comedies.
Yeah.
Right. Romance is problematic. And then once you dramatize it and put it in the hands of people that don't know how to share human experience, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Is this movie directed or written by a white person?
Yeah, let's get to it. So the director is Adam Shankman.
How white is he? Adam Shankman is so white, you could mistake him for a soccer coach.
Yeah.
What else has he done? He's done a bunch of white people shit.
A Walk to Remember. The Wedding Planner.
Yeah. So the
Pacifier. Cheaper by the dozen too.
The director's a white man. Let's take a look at the writer.
Okay, writers time.
We got a bunch of them.
At least credited 5 different writers.
So this is probably fondled through many hands.
One woman, Tina Gordon.
So she was like, "Hey, I got this idea. Let's take this old Mel Gibson movie. Let's punch it up. Let's kind of tell it from the lady's angle." And then all these dudes were like, "Dogpile, we'll take that, ma'am. Let's rewrite this with some funny jokes about farts."
I'm pretty sure it was the other way around, where the other 2 writers, who are male, let's try to cash in on this Me Too movement. And
that's something you guys care a lot about, right?
and they're like, oh shit, well, we got to have a female writer on staff.
Yeah, so there's your foundation is cracked to begin with.
But leaving all that aside, because even if these type of movies where they're pushing more of these issues, at least we're getting representation on these issues in Hollywood, which wasn't really happening before.
So when we say at least, just curious.
Yeah, go on.
At least can do damage, right? At bare minimum can kind of like put into the cultural like echelon like bad values, bad ways to like treat people. This is like when gay people got to be adopted into like sitcoms. And then their gayness was very exploited.
Right.
And then grandmas and all of our like white moms were like, oh, this is how you handle those fruitcakes at Starbucks. And that didn't work well.
Well, I mean, I think it depends who you ask. Because if you look at like Will and Grace, the man who is portrayed as gay in that one is very stereotypical, one type of gay, right? Looking at that now, we would go, ooh, that's probably pretty problematic. Like there's more of a mixture than that type of like gay character. But during the time, like that show opened up eyes for kind of more conservative people about gay people.
Right. With a stereotype.
With a stereotype, that's where it's the double-sided sword comes into it.
Yeah, it's when the networks and the studios aren't brave enough to have like real representation. And so they have to go to like the cookie cutter mold of representation.
Right.
And then it's like, well, that's passable because at least Erykah Badu's in it. She's a real black lady.
Right.
Well, and but also
strong female lead.
It's not like there aren't real gay people like in Will and Grace.
Sure.
It is a very narrow representation. And I would say for a start, it's fine. But if every character follows that trend, that's where it's problematic.
Right.
And, you could argue now with, like, some of these movies where they are pushing, like, hey, I'm a strong female woman, or, like, hey, I'm the minority guy, like, presenting the same things, and that's where it's problematic. Dee Dee, come in here, we need you. Oh, God. Dee Dee. We need a woman's voice.
It's okay, we got this handled. Bunch of dudes talking about how women should be represented in Hollywood. We're good.
Yeah.
Let you know if we need a brownie.
Yeah, we got this.
Oh, no.
So, the actual trailer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I derailed us.
No, it's fine. Let's get to the actual trailer.
Yeah, what is it about?
Yeah, so she's working in a male-dominated workplace. What is it? It's like sports something?
NFL management or something like that?
Yeah, and clearly, like, is doing well, but is still, like, being not, respected by her male peers.
There's a glass ceiling.
Sure. Yeah. Goes to see a psychic that just drugs her, which seems weird to me. That's like, oh, here's some tea with crack. It's like, what? And then has some head trauma that night, hits her head, and then suddenly can read only men's minds the next day.
Yeah.
I'm curious, have either of you seen What Women Want?
No.
I'm curious what your guys' reaction to that one.
You've seen it?
I remember watching it when it first came out, so that's like 19 years ago.
So is he using this power as like a predatorial thing to date women?
My memory of What Women Want from 19 years ago was that Mel Gibson's kind of like a sexist jerk.
Yep.
And then he gets the ability to read women's thoughts, I think in like a lightning storm. Like he gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
Through that, he starts to fall in love with Helen Hunt, where there's like a famous scene where she keeps looking at his cock. We need a cock counter on this episode.
Yeah.
So she keeps checking out his penis the whole time, and it's like very like she's giggling and he's like testing his stuff. That's like the only scene I remember from that movie.
God.
But with that said, he learns a lesson.
He learns to not be sexist?
He learns not to be sexist.
Okay.
I remember like going, it was okay when I watched it 19 years ago.
Okay, well.
It has a 54% on Rotten Tomato, so it's not the worst movie in the world. But yeah, I'm curious because the premise is pretty out there. Yeah. And I'm curious what people who saw that original and like, oh, I loved it. Well, and then, like, what would they think with this one? The issue with What Men Want and What Women Want is it basically relies on stereotypes to make them work.
Yes.
And so in this one, all the men are dogs, and they're saying, like, really gross things. But my pitch would be that, so the character hits her head and she's reading everyone's thoughts, but it's just, like, normal, like, oh, shit, did I leave my pen back home? I thought
This is like the most mundane, like...
Oh, is the new Parks and Rec episode on tonight or is that next week? And it's just like the most boring shit. Oh, fuck, man. The Mariners made that trade. I don't know what they're going to do. I really hope they had a good off-season. And by the end...
They had a great off-season.
She just wants to, like... You know, she's done with it. She's like, I got to get out of here.
Because she's bored.
I'm so bored.
Okay.
It would be like Tracy Morgan's character. Tracy Morgan is probably the best representation in this movie, where he's just like thinking random things.
Right.
Like the poker game, I think, might be potentially the best scene. And it's just her reading a bunch of dummies' heads.
Right.
Where Shaq is talking in the third person.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan's like, I smell toast. Oh, wait, it's in my pocket.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff I can get behind.
Right. But they're kind of playing this with the like, well, you don't get men. So it seems like the arc they're going to force, the pinhole they're going to force her character through is, how do I use this power to be likable to men? Which is not the arc that this character needs to take.
You're right. Because at least in what women want, the arc is, I'm a sexist pig. How can I understand women better
So I can own more of them. Was that not?
That might be it. I have to revisit it. But I'm hoping the arc is, in that movie, he learns to be a better person.
Oh, well, that would be nice.
In this one, yeah, it would be very problematic, I agree, if the arc she takes is to like be a part of this boys club and get ahead. I need to become a man.
Gross.
Right. Yeah. There's this kind of concept of, you know, in culture, like being the woman who has it all and who can kind of like manage the male-dominated workforce and still have kids and still be like Sarah Jessica Parker on Sex and the City and like all the like. And it's this impossible to tightrope to walk because it's like super unfair, but it's like super not rewarding in any way either, like to be this kind of like to take on that much responsibility and not to be able to like receive support or be bad at things or to ever be like just I can wear sweatpants to the fucking 7-Eleven. Like you've got to always be this fucking like immaculate creature. I wish this could not fetishize that mentality as much.
And this movie is from the producers of Girls Trip.
Okay.
But something tells me it's not going to be able to walk that tightrope you describe as well as Girls Trip did, where all those women.
What is that?
Girls Trip is the trailer of the year.
It's just a good representation of like dynamic ways women can be friends to each other, which isn't this like all super conceited, super like nice to your face and then bullshit behind your back kind of like thing that Hollywood kind of pushes. Yeah, it's more Bechdel passing. I mean, there's romance elements to it, but like it's also a comedy, so of course that's forgiven. But it just does a better job. Doesn't look like it's going to do this. But that party scene where she bonks her head looks a lot like, just shot-wise, color-wise, looks a lot like the drug trip scene in Girls Trip.
Yeah, that's a strange scene too. Like that, she gets her powers by being bonked with an inflatable cock.
Yeah.
And hits her head
on the
after
table.
She took peyote, cocaine, jasmine tea.
It's a weird beat to repeat.
Yes.
It's a Valentine's movie. It's a romantic comedy. Do you think this movie is going to get the like dating audience and get some chuckles? Did you shit yourself? Do you remember that joke?
I do. I can't remember.
You drank the tea. Did you shit yourself? Oh, she shit herself. Did she shit? I didn't shit myself.
A lot of poopy humor. Mm-hmm. There's also like that cloud you walked into was my fart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like a movie baby podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't look fun to me.
It's not tickling that funny bone.
Yeah.
On a pop culture references, we got Black Panther.
Oh, that was funny. The kid with the panties on his head is funny.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then there was the Get Out.
No, I don't care for that.
Yeah.
So the Get Out joke was the white nerdy guy says, "I thought black people stopped drinking tea after Get Out."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems like a very perishable joke.
Yeah. It was like when someone thought of that in the room, they were like, "Oh!" And then when he says it,
all
it's
the
like,
white people in the room thought it was funny.
It's not that funny.
Better in my head.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like we've hit everything with this trailer.
Really deconstructed. This is not what I want in a rom-com. I want whimsy and I want a little adventure, and that's not there.
Too high concept? Not high concept enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Because who was she falling in love with? Okay, I guess we didn't talk about that. We're like, so deep in this conversation.
Yeah, at the beginning of the Red Band trailer, she is trying to like mac on this like really buff dude in the elevator, and it's like, oh, he doesn't pay attention to me. Wonder what he's thinking. And then at the end of the trailer, she's fucking this dude from the pool hall, whose thoughts are like, why is she looking so weird? And then she's like, oh, I'll do something different. He's like, oh, it's even weirder. Like, she's definitely trying to like have a relationship with men via work and have a relationship with men romantically, and that's kind of her thing. It's like, I just don't get dudes. And then Tracy Morgan's like, I don't trust women who don't get dudes. Like, I don't trust men who don't have eyebrows. Another great line.
Some weird jokes in this one. Did this trailer give you what
I
Paul
want? Did not. It did give me a notion that I love robots a lot.
That's a bottom.
Yeah, that's very romantic comedy of you. To have a love interest that's a robot.
Yeah.
I support that. That's very 2019.
You know what was a great movie with a similar premise? Look Who's Talking.
Yeah.
What if we got What Babies Want?
What babies want? Titty milk. That's what babies want.
There's a lot of boob jokes.
Yeah. John Travolta's like chastising the baby for looking at the boobs, and he's like, what do you see? And he's like, lunch.
Speaking of problematic movies, I'm afraid to revisit all of my favorite movies now. Just because I bet you they are very problematic and have weird boob jokes.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be important to do it and then go back and be like, all the jokes that you technically find like that need to be re-sanitized, how many of them you still laugh at?
Yeah.
Because there's probably a huge quotient that you're like, yeah, problematic, still hilarious.
Yeah. That'd be a good podcast. Paul, maybe for your next, let's start over. Revisiting old classic films and seeing how they stand up to today's standards.
Yeah.
That's a good tie-in, promotional tie-in you did there.
Maybe you could even have a couple guests.
What? No way.
Come on that episode.
Maybe some like experts about how trailers should be.
Yeah.
I'm going to rate this. I love robots.
Yeah.
Because it's bad.
Yeah.
I could almost give it In Space with Zombies.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe with some improvement, it could be a watchable, kind of like harmless film. But I think this conversation, kind of what we've seen in the trailer, and kind of the past of Hollywood trying to do movies like this, when it appeals to certain people that they don't know how to handle it. They're clumsy, much like this explanation. I love robots.
I would watch that Liam Neeson movie, even knowing that it's probably going to be terrible. I just would not watch this.
What if you combined them?
Liam
Neeson is a snowplow revenge artist
living in a misogynistic
who falls in love with a woman who can read his sadomasochistic mind.
Yeah, and she loves him for it.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to help her kill all the people who are in front of her in line for getting partner at the NFL Management Corporation. And it's called Pursuit of What Women Want Men to Do to Kill Their Bosses. Back in the habit.
What do the movie babies want? Not this movie.
Not this.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want it?
No.
We don't want it.
No.
I didn't even have to read your minds.
No.
And that was What Men Want.
Wow. How do you guys usually end this thing?
Just like that.
That's it?
Yeah, a real profound final thought like that. It's kind of like a Jerry Springer kind of thing.
Yeah.
We tie the room together.
Great.
We tie up all our thoughts and we organize them into a
We
nice
just
bow.
fucking end it.
Yeah.
All right.
I smell toast. Am I having a stroke? Wait, I have toast in my pocket. Whew.
And that's the episode. Well, Paul,
Tevin,
Sean.
Yeah.
I feel closer to both of you right now.
Me too.
On this special Valentine's edition of the Movie Babies.
Are you guys doing anything fun for Valentine's Day? Probably not watching these movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to whichever one they'll let me bring my real sex doll into the theater with.
Sure.
Oh, probably the Lego Movie 2, which is also releasing on the same day.
Nice. Paul, because this is your profession to watch a movie and then make a date out of it, could you very, very quickly give me a Cold Pursuit themed date?
All right. This is going to be like a direct action date.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So it's going to start with breakfast. Okay.
Most important meal of the day.
Most important meal of the day, and you're both going to come.
Yeah, we will.
That's not until the end of the date, Devin. It's building. So you're both going to come prepared to. You're going to have breakfast, and you're just going to hash out everything that's just fucked up and wrong with the world, right? I'm saying probably like a 2-hour just fuming breakfast with black coffee. You're bonding, but really just bonding over just like how fucked up the world is in this town and everything you see wrong with it. And then you're just like, cool, like what else do we have going on today? Nothing. Let's go fucking do something about it. And then like the entire date, just a direct action, like we're gonna turn shit around.
You're righting wrongs.
Yeah, totally.
Vigilante justice date.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you can catch more of Paul's nanigans at the Let's Start Over podcast and its affiliated media outlets.
Yeah, you guys do bi-monthly releases? Is that what?
Yeah, Movie Baby Mondays. Every other week, you can catch new Movie Babies. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Paul.
Ooh.
You heard of that one? That one's new to me.
Oh, can I promote one more thing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at this guy. Give him a leg and he takes the whole breast.
Breast.
All right.
You can find me, or sort of me, on Instagram called Borgen Does Science.
Do you do a science Instagram?
It's sort of. It's just a weird.
Should I be worried what you're promoting right now?
No. It's just it's an Instagram for a character that is here in America as a foreign exchange student, and he just posts about what he sees.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, we're signed up.
I'm Instagramming it. Paul, thanks for having us. Paul, thanks.
Thanks for making us have you.
Thank you for thanking. Yeah, thanks for that.
Wow, this is such a heart-filled episode. You can catch all your
a lot of loves going around.
A lot of love going. You can get all your Movie Babies needs at our website, moviebabies.com. And Sean,
yes,
when you don't have time to watch a 2-minute trailer,
Coxman!
because that's the Movie Babies.